There are particles in the air so small you can't see them, can't smell them, can't feel them, and they're small enough to pass deep into your lungs and trigger inflammation throughout your entire body. That body-wide inflammation lowers your pain threshold day after day, while you have no idea you're being exposed. Let me show you how the very air you breathe may be part of your pain. I'm Dr. Padda. We continue our exposome subseries with something most people never connect to pain at all: air pollution, specifically fine particulate matter known as PM2.5. Because the evidence is now clear that what you breathe has real, measurable effects on inflammation throughout your body, and therefore on your pain. Here's what PM2.5 is. The 2.5 refers to particles smaller than 2.5 microns, extraordinarily tiny, far too small to see. They come from traffic, industry, combustion, wildfire smoke, and many other sources. And they're present in the air of most populated areas to varying degrees. Because they're so small, they bypass your body's normal defenses and penetrate deep into the tiny air sacs of your lungs. And from there, their effects ripple into your bloodstream and your whole body. This isn't a minor irritant in your nose. It's a particle that reaches the deepest, most vulnerable tissue in your respiratory system and beyond. Now the mechanism. When these fine particles lodge deep in your lungs, they trigger pulmonary oxidative stress and an inflammatory response, but it doesn't stay in the lungs. That local response sets off systemic inflammatory cascades, raising levels of inflammatory cytokines like IL-6 and TNF-alpha throughout your body, the very same inflammatory messengers we've tracked. And by now you know exactly what elevated systemic cytokines do. They lower your pain threshold. They sensitize your nervous system body-wide, so breathing polluted air translates into a nervous system that's primed to feel more pain. Here's what makes this so insidious. Unlike a food you eat or a product you can choose, the air is something you breathe continuously 24 hours a day with every single breath. So if you live or work in an area with elevated PM2.5, you're receiving a constant low-level inflammatory exposure that never lets up. It creates what we can call a pro-nociceptive environment. An environment that biases your whole body toward pain. And because it's invisible and odorless, no one connects it to their symptoms. It's one of the most overlooked contributors to the inflammatory background. The evidence is substantial and comes from rigorous research. Air pollution, and PM2.5 specifically, is well established as a trigger of systemic inflammation and oxidative stress. So, if your pain seems worse in certain places or certain seasons or simply won't settle no matter what you change, consider that part of your inflammatory load may literally be in the air around you. So here's what we do. We take a true exposome view of your pain, which includes considering your air quality as a genuine contributor to your inflammatory burden. We help you identify and reduce your exposure. Part of your pain may be riding in on every breath, and that's something we can finally account for. If your pain won't settle despite everything, let's widen the lens. Go to painm.tv and take the first step.